I got a message from one of my students the other day, and she was asking me if I had a really good body wash recipe that smelled like lavender. Here we're going to go ahead and talk about this really fast. I was going to go ahead and the usual one I make has water in it, and as well as castille soap and some jojoba oil. It's a very beautiful body wash, but I decided I'm going to go ahead and work on a creamy formula, and so I'm going to be talking about less water. Actually, there's going to be no water in this, and we're going to be adding some oils. So let's go ahead and talk about this. We're going to go ahead and scent it with orange and lavender, which is very beautiful, and I think you're going to like this formula. So first off, I'm going to give you the ingredients. So I've got 1/4 of a cup of shea butter, and that's what this is right here. It's a big blob of shea butter. It's organic, and I usually buy lots of it because I love using it when I make handmade soap too. I do have some videos on handmade soap on the channel, and you're welcome to go check those out if you want to. So I love the shea butter. And then the other thing I've got here, we're using again 1/4 of a cup, and then I've got 1 tablespoon of jojoba, and we're going to be working with 1 tablespoon of aloe vera gel, very nice addition to soap. And then we're going to be talking about 2 tablespoons of vegetable glycerin and 1 cup of unscented liquid castille soap. I've got a couple, I'm going to use this one up and then use this. They're both unscented. Oh, no, actually this one's peppermint, but that's okay. It'll go along with the essential oils I'm going to use. It'll work fine. Let's talk about these ingredients and what they're all for. So shea butter, first of all, it's a really soft butter. It melts really easily, and it's highly moisturizing. It's nourishing for the skin too. It contains a lot of vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin F, and it's wonderful for your skin and your hair. Shea butter is what's going to cause this emulsion to be creamy, okay? So, got that. And then jojoba. I love jojoba oil in skincare products, and that's because jojoba is actually a liquid wax, and it is the closest to your skin's natural lipid layer that we actually have on our skin of anything you can use. So I love using jojoba oil. When you add jojoba oil to your handmade liquid soaps and things, what you're doing there is you're whenever you wash your hands, let's start there. When you wash your hands, you basically strip the lipid layer off of your hands or your body or whatever it is you're washing. Most soaps are very harsh, but when you are making your own, you can play with the ingredients. And I love using a bit of jojoba because it retains your skin's natural lipid layer, and it's much healthier and good for your skin. In fact, if you have acne and you're afraid to wash or you want to wash your face, a lot of people with acne think that you could just wash and scrub all the oil away and it's going to help. Let me just tell you that stripping the oil off of your skin is the worst thing you could do, because now your sebaceous glands are trying to catch up, and what happens is you end up with more oil on your face. So adding a bit of jojoba can really be helpful with that. Vegetable glycerin. This ingredient is in here because vegetable glycerin is highly moisturizing. It's excellent in skincare products, and it draws moisture to the skin. So that's always helpful. Castille soap, generally speaking, is quite gentle. It still will strip the oils from the skin, but now that we've got all these other wonderful ingredients, then we can go ahead and work better with soap, I think. Aloe vera gel, I'm putting this in here because, again, it's another wonderful skincare ingredient. It's antimicrobial, it's antifungal. It's not really very moisturizing, but I just find that when I add it to things, everything just feels better, works better, and it's really cleansing for the skin, I think, in terms of its antimicrobial powers. All right, so let's go ahead and get this show on the road. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add my oils into this jar. This is just an asparagus jar I'm using here, and then I'm going to go in the kitchen. I'm going to put this on a double boiler, so I'll show you that too. So I've got the 1/4 cup of shea butter. I'm now going to get a tablespoon of the jojoba. Some people say jojoba oil, some people say jojoba wax. It is liquid, so it doesn't really matter. You can call it whatever you want, but it's really a wax. I always say jojoba oil. So anyhow, I'll put this over here. And then we're going to go ahead and get a tablespoon of the aloe vera. I love working with aloe vera. It's really nice. And usually I actually grow aloe in my house, and I like to use the leaves. In fact, I've got one right over there. But you could actually just use your own aloe if you wanted to. Just be sure you get the latex out of it. Whenever you cut open a leaf, you get a latex drizzle, and you don't want that in your products. And then I'm going to do a couple of tablespoons of the glycerin. Lovely stuff. I have different kinds of glycerin on hand, and you want to be sure if you're going to tincture herbs with glycerin that you use food grade. This is not food grade glycerin. This is meant for cosmetic use. So there's a difference there in the kinds of glycerin that you've got. So I probably shouldn't have put the glycerin in here. I just realized. Or the aloe vera, but it's okay. Shea butter melts so quickly that it's going to be fine. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and take this into the kitchen, set it into a double. I've got a pan of water sitting in there warming up, and we're just going to gently get this melted. Here's the double boiler system, and you can see here I've got just a little saucepan. You can see that the ingredients are just starting to melt together, and the shea butter does a really nice job of melting pretty quickly. Okay, usually I will put a little towel or something on the bottom of the jar, but this time I didn't because I don't have a towel right now. I'm still bringing stuff over here from the house to get situated. But anyhow, we're just going to let this melt. It's going to take probably, I'm estimating, another minute or so, and then we will make our soap. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and finish this up. But first of all, I wanted to just share with you a couple of things here before we get everything mixed. I want to invite you to get my book, my guide on how to relax using herbs and oils. It's actually a really good book on stress and relaxation and sleep, and also recipes. So there's recipes and remedies on here. Also, this one, we just left Valentine's Day, right? If you're watching this as I put this video out. This book is available for a very short time. This is called The Book of Herbs and Oils for Love. And this book is 53 pages. There's a lot of safety information. I've got a Materia Medica for 10 aphrodisiac herbs, and also data sheets on 10 essential oils that you're going to want to know how to work with for love. So there's lots of recipes in here. There's like a chocolate strawberry face mask. There's a beard balm for men. There's massage oils, elixirs, and lots more. So you can get this for a short time at the link below. I'll put both of these links in the first comment and also in the description. Let's go ahead and finish this up. My mixture here is now melted, and it looks like it's actually starting to separate, which is typical. And I want to just talk here about what I'm doing with the castilles. I took a whiff of this, and I haven't used it in quite a long time. It's gone rancid. Now, you wouldn't think that soap would go rancid, right? The problem here is that most commercial soaps that are made with chemicals and toxic things, they probably won't go rancid. But good soap, natural soap, will go rancid, and castille soap will. So soap is generally made with vegetable oils and lye, and it's good as long as the oils are good. So once those oils turn, your soap's going to turn too, and that's why this has gone rancid, basically. All right, so I'm gonna just use the peppermint liquid castille soap. I put a cup in here. This was a little half a cup, a bowl. And now I'm gonna go ahead and get my essential oils in there. I'm gonna go with about a 0.5% dilution. I'm gonna go ahead and put 15 drops of lavender. And a couple more drops there. You could go with a 1% or even a 2% if you wanted more fragrance. But we do have the peppermint in the soap already. So that would be perfectly safe to do. And this is orange. I'm going to put in 15 drops of orange. Come on, you. And enjoy the scent. This is going to be calming and uplifting at the same time. Plus you've got the energizing effect of the peppermint. So I really think this is going to be a nice soap for body care. All right. And now I'm going to stir this up. Look at that. Look how it really is looking really nice, and it's got a beautiful texture, very creamy. Beautiful. Should this separate, what you're going to do before using it is give it a good shake and it's fine. But I really haven't had too much of a problem with that, but it's something that you can do if you want to be sure that your oils are dispersed completely through the soap. But generally they hang together really well because we don't have any water in here other than the aloe vera gel, which is considered a water. Many of you might be asking, what about preservative? If you're using water in any kind of cosmetic formulation or body care formulation, generally speaking, you want to have a preservative. Aloe vera does count as a water. I should be using a preservative in this, and if I were selling it, I absolutely would, but I'm just using it for my own personal use. I'm going to use it up quickly within a week or two, and I'm not going to bother with the preservative. Another thing people might be asking is, what about the essential oils dispersing all the way through? Do you have to worry about that? And because there is so much soap in here, because there's so much oil in here, and because there's glycerin in here, all of these things act as dispersants. So I don't need to add any extra dispersant for this formulation. And it seems to be hanging together just absolutely beautifully. It smells good. Hardly wait to try this. All right, what I have here is I believe this is a 12-ounce jelly jar and just a mason jar. And then I bought this lid from, I think it's Mason Tops. I'll try to find a link, but you can get these on Amazon. And you just screw them on, and it's got the pump top. So you can put lotion in here or soap, whatever you wanted. And I'm going to pour this in. All right, perfect. Now, I want to just remind you all and let you know that I've got hundreds of other videos on here. I hope you subscribe and like this channel. On my website, healingharvesthomestead.com, I also have literally hundreds and hundreds of articles that I've been putting articles on there, about 2 a week, for years. So there's quite a lot over there as well. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and take this into the kitchen, and we're going to wash up and see how this goes. Alright, so here it is. Oops, got some herb on me there. I got a tea infuser in here a minute ago. Go ahead and just put this in my little soap container, and let's go ahead and scoop some of this out. Oh, it's nice and warm still. Oh my goodness. This feels so creamy. This is beautiful. And the soap is going to work. I can feel it working. Unfortunately, I'm holding the camera here, so I'm just going to wash with one hand. But I do want to feel what this feels like on my skin and just show you. So what this feels is, and you can see some beading up on my skin, that tells me that the oil is being retained on the surface of my skin, and meanwhile my hand feels very clean. I suggest you could adjust the amount of oil you want in this formula if you like. You can adjust the amount of soap that you have in here too. It's completely up to you. I think this is a winner. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this soap recipe. I hope you give it a shot. Let me know what you think. It's definitely a winner, and I love you guys. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.